My vocal inspiration is Corey Taylor from Slipknot, because they are my favourite band ever. They got me into this whole kind of music. And yeah, I mean, he, as far as I'm concerned, he's a god. You know what I mean? He's just the best vocalist that I've ever really heard. But I mean, there's a lot of good vocalists out there with these whole, like, with all the new bands that are sprouting out from this genre. I mean, I use the false chord method usually for screaming, but I am trying to learn like loads of different, like all the different techniques, because there's fry as well, which it's easier on your throat if you don't do it properly. Well, if you don't do false chord properly, you can really hurt yourself. Fry tends to be a bit easier, provided you can do it well with all the breathing and stuff. It's more like singing, like you just put a bit of distortion on. You don't properly use your throat or anything. You just do it all on your vocal cords. You kind of like open them a little bit and just allow more air to go through, which kind of gives it a bit of distortion, which I'm trying to learn at the moment, just so I can keep doing the touring really. But yeah, like I say, if anyone's trying to learn to scream, then they should definitely look into it and do it properly, because you can really hurt yourself if you do it wrong. And I have hurt myself before, so. Well, it was something I could always kind of do the way I do it now, but I've learned the ways to do it properly through the internet and stuff. Just like looking on people, there's loads of like people just saying how to scream and stuff, and I just watch different people so I can get a gist of what everyone does to try and make myself better off what they do. Really, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube if anybody's looking for help. I've tried the whole honey thing, like the lemon, and I found that clears my voice out a bit too much. I've tried the vocal zone, that didn't really help me either. The thing I use is called Sanderson's. You can get it in liquid form, but I wouldn't advise that because it tastes awful and you're supposed to gargle with that. But I get the Sanderson's pastels, and then maybe £2.60 from a Boots or from a chemist, and they're really good. Have one before I go to bed, one after when I finish playing, and then one when I wake up. And I'm usually fine for the rest of the day. But I mean, there's loads of sprays that I'm getting like shown on this tour as well. Like Dan from Bury Tomorrow, he's got a couple sprays that he let me try, and they're really good as well. I mean, if you can find them. I personally own an SM58, a Shure SM58, but just on this tour, I've started to use an SM57 because I just find it's nicer. Like, say if you're having a bad day, like a technique is like a cupping technique where you can make yourself a bit louder, and with an SM58 it tends to feed back, whereas with an SM57 it doesn't, because it's just got more of a range around it. It doesn't matter so much. Yeah, I just prefer those ones nowadays. It's just a better mic. I mean, it's like, say like if you have it there, it's fine. You can kind of have it off to the side and it still picks up. Or like you can hold it that way, it still picks. It's just got more direct. It's like got more around it really. You can get it from all different kind of directions, whereas an SM58's a bit restricted in that point.